Hey peeps, what's going on? It's Josh. Just one quick little video that I wanted to make. I know I've talked about this on other videos, but I wanted to make a video specifically about this because I'm thinking if you don't watch every one of my obnoxiously long videos, then you might not catch some of the tips. So I think in the next couple of weeks, I'm gonna release like shorter videos for me, and just talk about very specific things, particularly things that, where it comes to like trucking. You have to excuse my face. The second puberty with the testosterone and everything, the acne struggle is real. So I clean my face several times a day. There's nothing I can do about it, other than the treatment that I'm already doing. So. But not that that's really why you guys are here. Come on. You're here for the pug and the Peterbilt. So I'm going to talk about one thing that really helps me, and I just did it actually. Okay, so a lot of us have bad experiences with cops when we're driving. Maybe you get pulled over, maybe you get a ticket, maybe you're just nervous about cops. Even when you're doing nothing wrong, you feel like a criminal because you see a cop. That's how I feel. Maybe their guns make you nervous. Maybe not. I don't know. Whatever it is. But, I guess I wanted to just quickly talk about how the police are actually our friends. And I'm not trying to be all, like, kumbaya, and I'm not trying to be political, like, cop lives matter, or whatever the hell the thing was. I'm just talking about trucking and how, when you're driving, it's necessary to use every single tool in your arsenal to do your job on a daily basis. For example, the customer that I'm at, it's a tiny lot. They don't offer overnight parking. I've got, let's see.
Home. Messaging. You have 3 hours and 21 minutes of remaining drive time.
I'm sitting in a dock, and I've got 3 hours and 21 minutes on my clock, and the only truck stop that's nearby is tiny. I'm talking maybe 10 spaces. So what did I do? Well, I made a phone call to the local non-emergency police department, and I asked them, I said, this is my situation. I'm sitting at a customer, and I have this much time on my clock, and I think it's going to take them this much time to unload me, excuse me, but it could take longer, and I need a safe place to go in case Flyers is full. Could you tell me any local curbside that's nearby that I can get to and safely park for the rest of my 10 or for the duration of my 10? And so they told me that there is a local street, and they told me the name of it, and they were super, super nice. Now, is this going to be your interaction every time you call local non-emergency police? No, because they're people. So you might get a dispatcher who's like had a bad day or just dealt with an extremely difficult phone call. You don't know what's going on in their lives. So don't take it personal if you call local non-emergency police wherever you are and they're jerks to you. It does happen. Not often, actually. Surprisingly not often for how much crap I'm sure they have to deal with. But it does happen sometimes where they're not nice. It happens. But also, you should be utilizing Trucker Path and road breakers. Because road breakers is much less useful to me. Because I feel like people put sketchy parking spots on there. Like, I saw one that was like, you could probably get away with it. And I was like, don't give me probably. If you don't know if it's actually legal, call. If you're going to add it to an app, make a phone call first. For example, now that I know that this street is okay to park on, I will add it to road breakers because that's what makes these apps better. And that's my next point. If you find a parking spot that isn't on Trucker Path and it's not on road breakers and you confirm it's a safe spot for a trucker, because here's the deal. I'm not trying to say I know anything. I only know what I know because of Leah and Ellie and Mikey and obviously dispatch and my fuck-ups have taught me. That's how I know what I know. Because I've been lucky enough to have some amazing friends in this industry, an amazing trainer, amazing dispatchers who are almost always willing to stop what they're doing and help me. Just I have a stellar support system, which was what Leah told me to set up. And also Maggie is ingenious. Ingenious? Wait, is that the right word? Look, she's really smart though. So she finds a lot, but you're not gonna have a Maggie on your truck, or maybe you do. I don't know. It'd be really weird if you all had Maggies, because then, yeah. But so basically, utilize the circle of people that you have around you, so that you can find safe places. Don't be afraid to call. Don't be afraid to ask your customer, do you know if there's any, parking around here? And I guess the final thing that I can say to you should be common sense, but it's really not common. Be nice when you're asking these questions. If you approach them and you're like, man, my clock's out and you're taking forever to, and you're nasty to them, even if they are being slow, don't tell them that, because one of two things is going to happen. They're going to be slower because they're going to be like, fuck that guy, or they're going to have a bad interaction with you, and that's really crappy customer service. And if we don't have people that want to ship with us, we don't have jobs. So, yeah. If you drive for Palmer or Wilson Logistics or Prime, be nice to our customers, because we need them. Point blank. And that's not me being an ass kisser. That's just the truth. If they're not running freight, we're not running freight. Yeah. When I call the non-emergency, local police, the first thing I ask, is this non-emergency? And they're like, yeah. And that gives them an instant indication, okay, no emergency, I can breathe. And then the next thing I say is, well, I'm a truck driver, and I'm making a delivery or picking up a delivery from this location, and I need some help, and I was wondering if you'd be willing to help me. And I have found, again, it's the way you talk to people. When you ask people for help, it's pretty rare that they're going to be like, no, fuck you. They're usually like, oh, yeah, what can I do for you? Yeah, I have this much time on my clock. I need a safe parking spot. And I'm aware of these truck stops. That's either too far, or there's no spots there, or they understand our jobs, usually. Sometimes they don't, and your approach is not going to make a difference because they're going to be a turkey bird, and that's just their prerogative. That's on their karma. How you interact is also, makes a huge difference. And also keep in mind that if you call them and you're not polite, and you're parked in a place where you shouldn't be parked, that you might normally be able to kind of skate by, even though you shouldn't. I don't recommend it. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. They could send a trooper out, or they could send an officer out, or whatever. So there's real selfish reasons to be nice, and then there's real common sense, just general, don't be an asshat reasons to be nice. So whatever you need for your motivation, there's reasons to be nice. I feel like a lot of us truckers, I'm using words like I feel like, because I don't want to tell you how you're going to feel, because you're probably not going to feel the way that I feel in most instances, because you're you and I'm me, and that's okay. But I feel like a lot of us truckers just have so much time on our hands, and we can let that get us into a really negative headspace. So, when I'm interacting, it's harder with Maggie, because her and I will get into kerfuffles, and we'll be pissy with each other, and it's just hard. You're in a box, you're together, it's a lot. I'm a lot. And I know you don't see that in these videos, because I'm not going to come on here and be a lot, because that's not the point of these videos. I don't like to spread negativity. But Maggie sure sees her side of negativity from me, and I get frustrated, and she does her best to support me, and I feel like she does a really good job of trying to, like yesterday, she was like, whatever, are you feeling like you're in a pressure cooker? hormones, yada yada. And I was like, no, I'm just frustrated because I was into my break and I needed to get some sleep. And I couldn't get to sleep and it was tough. So, I digress. There's a lot of reasons to be like pissy or whatever, but just keep in mind that what you put out into this world does make a difference. You are visible. Even if you're a primey and there's a billion of you, you're still making an impression based on your company. People remember you. I was at this place the other day that I hadn't been in forever and a day. And by forever and a day, I mean like a year. And the guy remembered me. And was like, I remember you because you were so nice. And I was like, oh, wow. Like, what? And I remember Leah telling me that she had been to a place, hadn't been there in a couple of years, and the guard remembered her. So, the way that you interact with our customers, and honestly, my phone just did a thing. I don't even know. And honestly, I've never seen it interrupt the video for a call. I didn't know that could happen. It's not anything related to the load. We're good. They don't even have my phone number. They're just gonna yell at me when they're done. So, which is why I'm not sleeping. But yeah, so honestly, however you interact with these people that we're hauling freight for, be it the receiver or the shipper, it makes a difference in our industry and how we're viewed as a whole. So I do something that I literally witnessed Leah doing multiple times. She almost made, not a game, but kind of a game. She would literally approach someone with the intention of making them laugh, or making them smile, or making something about their day better. Not always. She had her moods, and sometimes she was crabby, and that's being human. You're not going to be perfect, but maybe if you can, for most of us, you don't have a Maggie on your truck. You don't have a lot of human interaction. Maybe what little human interaction you do get, try and make it positive. Especially, it's one thing if you call your mom, you're like, Ma, this sucks. I stubbed my toe, and then I got up and I banged my head on the bunk, and you're bitching a little bit. That makes sense. But like for people that you don't know, particularly our customers, let's try and keep it on the up and up and keep it positive, if you can. You're not going to be perfect. Nobody is. Don't expect it. You're setting yourself up to fail. But just try, It's just a thought, because you get way more bees with honey than you do with vinegar. This is something that I truly believe. And I truly believe it makes a difference in the job. It's just... And it's not something that you can measure. It's not a metric that you can... quantify and track. It's just something that I believe in. If you really hate being nice, you could always go back to being a dick. If you hate it. But, maybe it's worth a shot. Don't want to tell you how to live your lives, but one, to talk about the non-emergency thing, and just in general, being nicer is totally like, I don't know. In my opinion, it's really important. And also, this rain is amazing. Oh, that's just my little, don't look there. That's just my little drink mix. But yeah, we've got a rainy day in South San Francisco. It was not fun when I was driving and it was dark, because then it just mucks up your mirrors. But I like rain during the day because it sounds good on the cab. I don't even know if you can hear it, but maybe you'll be able to hear it there. I don't know if you can hear it. Anyway, y'all have heard, rain on a car roof or whatever. It sounds good. I ship it. I hope that y'all are well. I want to thank you for spending a part of your day with me. I just got distracted by a bird. It's a very large bird. I know this is the second video in a day, but it's either feast or famine. Y'all know how it is. But I really do appreciate you coming and spending a part of your day with me whenever you choose to. Makes me happy. I love seeing those comments. I think it was Paula. A shout out to Paula. She left a really sweet comment about that we're inspiring, and she caught up on our videos, which, how? There are like so many. It's crazy. But yeah, that made me smile, so thank you for posting that. And Mikey, I'd like to hear more about what you commented about, like the OTD. Very interested to hear your thoughts, sir. Anyway, peeps, thank you, and much love. Peep out.